Magandang gabi po ulit sa inyong lahat at nandito na tayo sa ating pangatlong topic sa developing SQL databases. Ito yung impact of transactions on DML statements. So let's start. So the impact of transaction on DML statements module provides us with the instruction and devices to develop our hands-on skills on the following topic. So, may isa tayong topic na i-cover ngayon. Dito tayo mag-focus sa demonstrating impact of transaction on DML statement. So, let's proceed. So, exercise 1, demonstrating impact of transaction on DML statement. So, ano nga ba yun? Ang transaction is a set of SQL statements that performs one or more tasks in a logical order. So, execution or transaction statement results in the database being changed. So consider a scenario where you are inserting or updating one or more records in a table. So the set of statements used to perform the task is considered to be transaction. So the transaction inserts or updates records in the table, thereby permanently changing the records in the database. So the syntax to include a set of statement as part of transaction as follows. So ito yung syntax natin. So, a transaction ends with the following statement. So, yung following statement natin, dalawa. Yung una, yung rollback. Ano yung rollback? It erases all the data modification from the beginning of the transaction to end or up to the last save statement in the transaction. While yung commit, it makes all the data modification from the beginning of transaction to end. So, a permanent part of the database. So, you can place multiple transaction statement in a nested format with the help of front count. So, kadang mahaba. Let's start tayo sa task 1. So, task 1, test the impact of transaction on DML. So, in this task, we will create a copy of fact internet sales table and insert records into the table fact internet sales underscore test. So, we will use the records in the fact internet sales table to test the impact of transaction on the DML statement. So, step 1, ensure you have power on the required devices on that connect to Club SQL1. Alright, so ito na yun. And from the Club SQL1, click Start and Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. So to connect, enter natin yung Club SQL1 sa ating server name and then connect. So, nag-appear na yung ating query from Server Management Studio. So in the Object Explorer, click to expand the database and click natin itong AdventureWorks DW 2016 CTP3. So and create tayo ng panibago nating query. Right, step 6 na tayo. Yan. So dito sa type natin, a table name fact internet sales underscore test and insert records from the fact internet sales table. Only those records that have the order date as, yan, nakikita nyo number po, is inserted from the fact internet sales table to the fact internet sales underscore test table. So run natin ito. And, so yan, 5 rows affected agad. So step 8 tayo, create tayo ng panibago nating query. Ngayon, i-display naman natin yung records natin sa na nagmula dun sa fact internet sales table natin. Ayan. So, itong query na to, nagre-retrieves lahat ng records dun sa ating fact internet sales underscore test table. And execute natin ito. Yan. So as you can see, successful na execute natin, and ito yung lahat ng records na meron sa fact internet sales underscore test table natin. And step 10, create tayo na panibagong query. Ngayon, magro-roll back naman tayo. Bakit kailangan mag-roll back, or ano nga ba yung rollback? Para ma-undo natin or ma-delete natin yung transaction. So this query uses a transaction to delete the records from the fact internet sales underscore test table. And then the rollback or undo the deletion operation. So the delete statement in the transaction deletes the record that has the product key, yung 310. So the rollback trans statement rolls back to delete the statement. So as the result, the records are retained in the package system. Gagawin natin. And execute natin. So one rows affected. And then create tayo ng panibagong query. Ngayon i-check naman ulit natin kung na-retrieve ba yung records natin na product key na nag-aano sa 310. Let's check. So incorrect syntax near the keyword from. Kulang pala ako ng tinype. Ayan. So yan, the successfully executed and the result pane is displayed on the record which has the product key as 310. So yan, nakikita nyo po sa ating screen. So ngayon, step 13 tayo, create tayo ng panibagong query. And ngayon, we will use the commit transaction. Ayan, so that the deletion operation is applied on the continuous table. So yan. So this query uses a transaction to delete records from the fact internet sales underscore test table and then commit or save the deletion operation. So the delete statement in the transaction deletes the records that has the product key as 310. So the commit transaction. Alright, check natin. Run. So, one rows affected. I-click tayo ng panibago nating query. So, this query retrieves the records with the product key is equal to 310 from the package users table, then execute. Ayan, so the query successful in the result set is displayed. So, the tab in the bottom pane does not display any records, indicating that the records does not exist on the table. So, task 2 tayo. Include a transaction in a try catch block. So, in this task, we will include a transaction in a try catch block. So, we will observe and display the impact of error in a transaction statement using the try catch block. So, enter. Gawa tayong panibagong query natin. So, in this given query, it includes a transaction in try catch block. So, an update statement is used to transaction to set the order date key field as null for records, where the customer key is equal to 28389. So, step i-execute natin. So, cannot insert the value null into column order date key table. Okay. So, however, cannot insert the value null into ordered query. So, bakit? Because the update falls to, so the catch block catches the error and then display the error number and the error message result tab. Wait time pa na bagong query. So, in this given query, we will select the statement to retrieve the records from the package state table natin. Customer key is equal to 28389. Check natin. Ayan, customer key 28389. Okay, we made it right. Task 3 tayo, use nested transaction. So, in this task, we will use nested transaction with tran count function. So, create tayo panibagong query. So dito sa type natin, a nested transaction. So the first transaction deletes the records in which customer key is 28389 and then retrieves the value of tran count. So the first transaction deletes the record in which customer key is 28389 and then retrieves the value of tran count. So the second transaction deletes the record in which customer key is 14501 and then retrieves the value of trans count. Alright. Then run natin. Ayan. So ito po lahat yun. Alright, so the query is successfully executed and the result is displayed at the bottom pane. So shut down all virtual machines used in this lab. And that's it. Na cover na natin yung or na demonstrate na natin yung impact ng transaction on a DML statement. Thank you and have a nice day.